Remember her name, Reeva Steenkamp, model, campaigner, and back in 2013, a young woman in the prime of her life shot dead by her famous boyfriend, which lifted the lid on South Africa's problem with men killing women. Men like Oscar Pistorius, multiple Paralympic champion. The last time he was seen in public, he was starting a 14-year sentence. He was released on parole today after spending 9 of them in this jail.
This is Oscar's cell.
It's been reported that when he wasn't in his cell, he'd worked in the prison library and helped other prisoners in the gym, although he's now said to be overweight and a chain smoker. Reeva Steenkamp's mother said she accepted his transfer to parole, but added in a statement,
"Has there been justice for Reeva? Has Oscar served enough time? There can never be justice if your loved one is never coming back, and no amount of time served will bring Reeva back. We who remain behind are the ones serving a life sentence."
From the start, June and Barry knew the day would come that Oscar Pistorius would be released from prison, whether it was after serving his full sentence or whether it was after serving a portion and be released on parole. So they've always known that, they've always accepted that, they've always said that the law must take its course, they have respect for the South African justice system.
a gated mansion in an affluent suburb of Pretoria, the new home for Oscar Pistorius. Parole terms ban him from talking to the media, and he must attend therapy and anger management classes. He'd shot Reeva Steenkamp 4 times through a closed bathroom door, their condo, Exhibit A, in his murder trial. Pistorius claimed he thought she was an intruder, but the judge heard they were having an argument, and she'd become increasingly scared of him, hiding his gun once for fear he'd soon use it. That night, he did. Which is where this becomes bigger than just the tale of South Africa's infamous fallen hero.
The might of the wrath of the women.
It's estimated that what happened to Reeva Steenkamp repeats itself here every 3 hours.
Enough is enough!
Steenkamp became a symbol for the country's women. Because gender-based violence and femicide has been described by South Africa's president as a pandemic.
I am appalled at what is no less than a war that is being waged against the women and the children of our country.
Despite new policies like a special national council and recent changes to the Domestic Violence Act, progress is slow. The causes are deep. Poverty, the legacy of South Africa's violent liberation struggle, and rich or poor, black or white, antiquated notions of masculinity.
To tell you the honest truth, it makes me sick, it makes me angry, and that we have to tell people every day that this is wrong, and they know very well that what they're doing is wrong. And so it's very important, especially for us as men in the country, because for many years, women have been alone in the struggle. Women have been picketing, marching, signing petitions, and the voice of men has been somewhat silent.
Why is it proving so hard to shift the dial in South Africa on gender-based violence?
I think that our country lacks accountability. The mere fact that we hold the title of rape capital of the world and that we have our femicide rate is 5 times higher than the global average speaks testament to, the normalization of violence in our country. And I think that what we've realized, or what we've recognized rather, is an inconsistency in effort towards fighting the scourge.
Remember her name, Reeva Steenkamp, who would have just turned 40 if she hadn't been shot dead by her boyfriend.